Hi, everybody. It's Kelly Page, certified transformational health and nutrition coach. Whew! I wanted to come today not to talk about the coronavirus itself and all the physical things you need to be doing because you probably know what those are, right? You're washing your hands, you're keeping the stuff away from your face. I want to talk about your mindset because right now I see that as the thing that's blowing up the most is your mindset. You know, you've gone to the stores, you may or may not have gotten toilet paper, and now what? Where is your brain going? I'm seeing a lot of people spiraling, and here's the thing to remember. Your thoughts create your reality. And if you're thinking fearful thoughts, if you're going to feel fear, you're going to act fearfully. So I want to make sure you're managing your mind, which I might add is equally as important as washing your hands. And people aren't talking about managing your mind as much. So, you know, I shared a story a few days ago about my grocery shopping trip last week. And it was just my regular weekly, it wasn't a panic buy, it was just time to go to the grocery store. And I walked in and I got caught up in the frenzy. People were frenetic. There was this energy and people were running around and I felt myself like, I gotta grab something. And then I was like, wait a minute, I am not getting into this vortex. I will not get sucked into it. So I was like, all right, Kelly, switch your mindset right now. All the stuff that you practice, it's easy to practice all this stuff when everything is blissful. It is. But when the shit hits the fan, that's when you really got to dig into your practices. So I was at the grocery store, getting caught up in it. And then I thought, nope, I'm going to see the good in this. I'm going to see it all around me. And what did I see all around me as soon as I made that switch? I saw dozens and dozens of grocery workers sacrificing themselves, not thinking about what they're getting. They were there unloading produce. They were everywhere. They were in every department. You were tripping over them in all of their boxes. And I thought, oh my gosh, how selfless, how wonderful that these people are here. And they all had smiles on their faces. They were high-fiving each other. I don't think they had that many people working normally. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I was thanking everyone I could, and not just to get more meat at the counter. And then when I got in line, which was about 45 minutes long, you know, I was on my phone for a minute and I decided to look up and I engaged in conversation with everyone around me. And yeah, everyone's got a little fear, but once you start talking about it, everything kind of calms a little bit. So we shared some laughs. We talked about what you get and what are you gonna make. And, you know, I'm gonna be a little more creative this week so I don't have all my perfect supplies, which is okay. And then when I got to checkout, I was talking to people that were working there. I'm like, thank you so much for being here. They're like, oh, thank you for being cool and positive. And everyone was saying, you know what? This actually is really nice to connect with people. Like I really felt a sense of community, which sometimes is lacking in Los Angeles. Sometimes it's a little bit of every man for himself, herself. And it was just nice to be in this, we're all in this together, we're gonna get through this if we act like human beings. So that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about shifting your mindset so you don't go down the rabbit hole, because it's so easy. I mean, what I did, I ended up feeling so good after this grocery experience, which I was dreading, all because I decided to change my mindset. So what else can you do to keep your mind on track this week during this difficult time? You want to be mindful of what you're focusing on, because what you focus on, all your energy and everything goes there. It affects your life, what you focus on. So what we focus on, we feel. And then your mind doesn't know if what you're thinking and feeling is true or not. So they're like, oh, fear is here. Let's respond. Let's react. So be careful what you're focusing on. Are you letting the media take over your brain? Is fear running your life? Now, it's important to be aware of what's going on out there, but even more important is to focus on what's going on in here. That's what you can control. You can't control all of this. You can control this. So, this forced quiet time, don't waste it. Don't waste your forced quiet time filling yourself with stressful thoughts. Here's the thing about stress. It depletes your immune system. It causes your immune system to go down. You want your immune system to be strong. Stress makes it weak. So don't overstress. Stress also slows down your digestion, so you're not going to digest your food as well. And stress just doesn't feel good. So I would recommend limiting your social media time. While I agree it's important to stay informed, but you gotta stay healthy. I'm gonna guess you have a lot of information right now. So give yourself maybe a couple minutes in the morning, maybe a couple at the end of the day, and then live your life. And here's how you know you've gone too far down the social media rabbit hole. You're not breathing. Your tightness in your chest. You should know what your triggers are. See how you feel. See how you feel right now. Is there like tension here? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your head? When you've noticed that, here's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna stop, turn off the social media, look away from the social media, and then you're just gonna breathe. Yeah, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna stop when you feel tightness, and you're gonna breathe. And I've given you box breath before, which is breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and then exhaling for 4. There's another one I want to give you, and I may have mentioned this before, and it's 4, 6, 7. So you inhale for 4, you hold for 6, and then you exhale for 7. What's great about that kind of breathing is it helps chill out your amygdala. Your amygdala is your stress response. It's the thing like, there's fear, we need to act. So this 4, 6, 7 breath, and honestly, most breathing and meditation in general chills out the amygdala, which you want now because it's probably on overdrive. So try the 4, 6, 7 breathing, and we can do it right now. It's going to be an inhale for 4, you're going to hold for 6, and release for 7. Let's try that twice right now. All right, everyone, just take one deep cleansing breath right now. Okay, inhale. 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doing that 4, 6, 7 breath a few times until you feel whatever tension you have in your body release is huge. Not only are you just going to take your mind off of whatever you were just focusing on, because you're going to focus on your breathing, you're going to focus on actually physically relaxing your body, but you're also going to release that amygdala stress response that you have. So it's going to affect more things than you can even know. So keep breathing, keep meditating. And as I said, I think it's funny that, meditation is hard. It can be difficult, but it's so much easier when there's nothing going on. And now that there's stuff going on, people are like, oh my gosh, I can't meditate. There's just insanity. I can't. Now is the time you need to be meditating. And all meditation is sitting, relaxing, and following your breath. Not following your thoughts. You're gonna have thoughts. Meditation does not mean you don't have thoughts. Meditation is sitting, relaxing, and breathing. And you may only get a half a second where you're not thinking about something, but that half a second's bliss, because next time it might be a second, and next time it might be 5. And these are all stress responses, and it's gonna relax everything in your mind and body. So keep breathing, meditate, quiet your mind, distance your thoughts. And the other thing I think is really important to do when you find yourself really stressed or maybe reading too much social media, be present. just be aware of what's actually happening in front of you right then and there. Oftentimes we get stressed because we're anticipating stuff that might happen in the future, or what did I do then and I should have done that. When you're present, you notice what is. If you're present right now, you're listening to me and there's probably nothing else going on. So that's all you can control is the present moment. So choose wisely, enjoy where you are. Don't go future tripping, not helpful. It just leads to stress of what may or may not happen. Try and enjoy some downtime at home. So many people tell me, oh, I don't have time to do anything. I've got all this stuff. There's not enough time. You have imposed time right now. So how are you going to use it? There are projects I've put off. I've told my dad to start some of his cleaning of files and whatnot. He's like, oh yeah, I've been putting that stuff off. My brother said he's taken my advice and he's gardening now. He started a garden. He was actually building a whole garden box and gonna grow some food, gonna eat off the land, some extra bonus points there. I know I got into the kitchen yesterday. I've been meaning to make broth forever. And I've got all the fixins, and I'm like, tomorrow I'm gonna make a lot of broth. I made about 8 quarts of chicken broth, and that's gonna turn into chicken chili today. The Instapot's getting to work out, and I haven't done that in a while. So think about what projects you could do that could be kind of fun. Maybe you've put off. Listen to some podcasts. Create something. I think creation's really good because it really gets you focused on something different. So create, slow down, maybe learn something online. You can watch me. I'll be teaching you as much as I can. YouTube has tons of stuff. Listen to music. Enjoy some breath work. So try and take advantage of this downtime for the good. And keep doing all the healthy stuff. Of course, you want to continue to eat well. You know, it's not just for weight loss, it's to keep you strong. And I realize you may not be on your perfect diet if there is such a thing. So do the best you can. Don't beat yourself up over whatever food you may or may not be eating that isn't on your regular diet. So do the best you can in the food department. Exercise. If you're in LA, like I am, and I know a couple other cities have this as well, the gyms have closed as of today, along with the restaurants. The delivery's still there, but it's still important to exercise. And I don't know about you, but most of the studios that I go to, yoga, Pilates bar, they all are doing free online now for at least 2 weeks. So look online, check with the studio. A lot of people are doing that. Free yoga, I've been getting some things like that. And of course, everything in the world is on YouTube. So get yourself on YouTube. Also, get outside. It's still okay to go outside. You just don't want to go outside with a huge group of people. Get into nature. I mean, not only is that going to calm you down, just being in the majesty of nature is just relaxing. And also, you still want your vitamin D. If you got any going on where you live right now, vitamin D is going to keep you strong and healthy. And you're also going to go a little stir crazy if you stay inside too long. Get outside, take a walk, take a hike, try something new, try an online class. It's funny, I have people say, oh, I'd love to do a dance class, but I'm too intimidated. Do an online dance class right now. I started a HIIT training this morning, one of my studios. Actually, if you have ClassPass, I didn't even know this. ClassPass is one of those things you can use all the gyms in your area. I do that, so just found out on ClassPass they have a whole database of online videos. So I'm all about HIIT training this week and getting outside as well. So keep doing that. Keep getting outside. Keep moving your body. It's really important to do that. Equally important is to connect with people. Yeah, we've got some social distancing going on. That's important, but that doesn't mean you're not allowed to talk to people. So reach out to family and friends. Make sure you're in touch. I have like 6 or 7 text chains with groups of people going on right now. And we just check in with each other and we see how everyone's doing, see if anybody needs anything, share a story, talk about something we're watching on TV or a book we're reading. That's important to do. Send a letter. Yeah, the postal service is still working. You can slip it in your mailbox. The guy takes it. How psyched would you be to get a letter from someone? And I'm also going to give you a little insider tip. You may not know this, but the thing you're likely watching me on right now or scrolling your social media with that you send the texts on, it's also a phone. It's a phone you can put to your ear and hear someone's voice, and you can talk to them as well. I know not a lot of people know that, but you can actually call someone, which I do recommend doing because hearing someone's voice is very different than a text message. You can get a little more in depth, you feel a little more connected, and if you have FaceTime, that's good, or Zoom calls. Just make sure, however best fits you, that you connect with people, because that's super important. And if you have elderly people, neighbors, family member in your life, make sure they have groceries, make sure they have things that they need. And one of the other really important things I think to do this time of year, or this season that we're in, is just practice gratitude. I mean, really, when I was in the grocery store and I decided to shift my focus to gratitude, I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these people that are trying to make sure we're fed. Look at all of these people who are here for us. And here I am just buying groceries for me, right? So have gratitude for what you have. Try not to focus on this thing that may happen, but of course, be responsible, all of those things. But don't do the spiraling this way. What do you have right here, right now? Your family, your friends, the ones that you are talking to on the phone. You know, we don't appreciate things till they're gone. So let's appreciate everything that we have right now. Hopefully you still have your health. You have access to some food. You may not have access to toilet paper. I know I don't have much, but you know what else it's teaching me? I probably use too much toilet paper in a given day, and I'm learning a little more rationing. So anyway, have gratitude for what you have in your life. You know, a friend of mine mentioned this the other day. We still have electricity and the internet. I mean, that's awesome, right? We have electricity and we have the internet. It's not like we're home, you know, by the fire with, you know, trying to cook food over an open flame. I will say my electricity or my internet and TV went down yesterday, and I thought, oh yeah, I was just being grateful for that. But then it came back within an hour. But people, it could be worse. So let's enjoy where we are. Get outside, see nature, watch a sunset. I mean, there's some beautiful things going on in the world. Don't just focus on what's not going well. Make sure you're interacting with your family and friends. Practice self-care. Everyone's like, I don't have time for self-care. Hey, this is your time for self-care. I did a lovely Epsom salt bath yesterday, which is great too, I will say, because the magnesium of the Epsom salt relaxes your body. So if you're feeling a little keyed up, Epsom salt bath is going to be great. And you know what's also really interesting about this time? You know, we're a lot of quiet time, a lot of home time. And normally when I have that, or if I decide I just want to be home and read, I have this fear of missing out, right? The FOMO, like, oh, if I'm doing this, I'm missing, and people are doing other stuff. Nobody's doing anything. So man, luxuriate in this time that you have to spend unbridled time at home. Relax, try and enjoy yourself just a little bit. You're not missing out on anything. In fact, I was even laughing last week. I had like 12 things scheduled for the next 2 weeks, 12 things on my schedule. And, you know, they slowly got canceled. And as each one got canceled, a couple of them in particular, I remember stressing out about, should I go? Should I not go? Well, what if this happens? What if that happens? Or I'm not going to go to this, and maybe I won't do that. And I thought about the stress of putting some of those things on my calendar and not saying yes to other things. And then I watched it all go away, and I thought, well, That's another good lesson. Look at all of that time I spent stressing about these things that aren't even happening. So that is also what I want to reinforce to you. Like, don't stress about the future yet. Again, be safe, do all the things, but try and stay present. Try and just be here. Make sure you're breathing. Practice gratitude. Reach out to people. Move your body. Get outside. Get your vitamin D. You know, the healthiest and safest thing you can do right now is nothing. Just stay home. You have permission to do nothing. So don't squander it in a ball of worry and anxiety. Remember that your thoughts shape your world. So choose how you want your world to look. It is your choice. Do not get sucked into social media. Stay informed to an extent, but you probably don't need 8 hours of it. So focus on your thoughts, focus on gratitude, focus on your family and friends and everything that's working in your life. Stay positive, be kind to your neighbor. That's how we're all gonna get through this happy and healthy and hopefully even more connected at the end of this because we've reached out more, we're more human to each other. So I hope some of that serves you. If anyone has any other questions or any things they're doing or any ways I can support you, please let me know. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.